What's good, y'all? So, I think we need to start breaking stuff down because we've been talking about how we're using this time to work on ourselves, and nobody's actually said what that means, myself included. And I'm only going to say so much in an open space, so I need y'all to tap in to get it. But I want to draw your attention to something first. So, whether you all noticed this or not, a few months ago when we all felt that call to sit down, to stand down, that was an ancestral call. And I mean, there's no other way to slice it. That was an ancestral call. And I really need you guys to understand the gravity of that and the weight of that, the weight of that pull, and how much energetically and spiritually it took for all of them to tap into all of us at the same time. Because this was across generations, this was multi generational, and it was national. We're all in different places, but we felt the same thing at the same time. We've been through protest after protest. We fought for our rights constantly. We've stood in the gap for other people constantly. But this was the first time we all felt collectively to sit down. That is a huge power. That's a huge amount of strength. And that was a big message to all of us because, family, we've been wayward for too long and it's time for us to come home. Now, I want y'all to try to listen and not be sensitive because it's time for us to start having the difficult conversations. And we really have to put things into perspective because we're on different pages with what it means to move forward and to take care of ourselves. Some of us are choosing to walk in our ancestral power while others are still clinging to man-made religion. And that's just what it is. Y'all try not to be sensitive about it. But think about this. How is it that we've been conditioned to believe that our source of power is outside of us? That's what we've been taught. That's been a trick that's been played on us. Everything that we need to get through what we're going through and what we will go through is already encoded in our DNA. We've already done it because we are our ancestors. So stop saying you're not your ancestors. You are. And I know what you guys are saying when you say it, but it's disparaging. And you have to remember that our ancestors could only dare to dream. They did what they could with what they had. And they did more than what we're doing with very little, much less than what we have. So don't disparage them by saying that. You need them to go through what we're about to go through. Everything that they went through is in our memory already. It's encoded in here. It's encoded in here. We know how to get through this. So those of you who are feeling frantic and afraid, you need to tap in. Because if you notice, those of us who are tapped in are not afraid. I don't walk in fear, I walk in authority. And there's nothing wrong with believing in God, y'all. I'm not telling you don't believe in God. I believe in God with everything that's in me. But God is not separate from me. I know who I am because I know who I've been. My power is in that. Your power is in that. Don't let people convince you that your power is outside of yourself because then you're never going to grow in it. And that's what we need to be doing right now. So why is it okay, because you need to think about this, for you to praise and worship somebody else's ancestors, but it's wrong for you to pray or worship or speak to your own? Why is it okay to symbolically eat the flesh or drink the blood of Christ, but it's wrong to pour out libations for ancestors that you actually knew in life? Don't let people disconnect you from your bloodline. That is where your power is. And other people know this as well. They see it, but they don't know it on a deep level. They think that our strength comes from the oppression of our people. No, we're exhausted, we're angry, and we're weary because of the oppression of our people. But we continue to fight and show up in the face of adversity because we've always been strong. Don't let anybody confuse that message for you. It's time for y'all to really think about this stuff. I'm not demonizing you because I know that religion is something that people hold very near and dear to their hearts, but it's holding a lot of us back because as long as you're bound to a man-made religion, you're not going to move in your ancestral power, and we need to be on one accord just like we were a few months ago when we knew to stand down. You need to be able to hear from your people because that's where all the power is, that's where all the knowledge is, and that's what's going to get you through these next few however many years that we're going to be going through these things. And it's just time for us to level up, y'all. I need y'all to understand how much weight that is, how much strength it took for all of them to reach out to all of us at the same time. So if you don't know how to hear from them, you do, because that's proof that you do. But you got to choose to tap in. They're on the other side now, y'all, so that means you got to do work to meet them where they are. They can contact you, they can get to you, but you have to be open to it. And that's something that we need to talk about off of here. But I just want to give you guys some food for thought because this is really important and we need to understand that moving forward. I love y'all.